We got a jam-packed show headed up for you guys. Make sure you stick around. Up at the top, we're going to talk about Isaiah Likely because we got a massive injury update from some NFL insiders as well as John Harbaugh in his post-practice press conference. And then we're going to talk about another pass catcher who was not at camp today, who was also dealing with his own injury. That is Zay Flowers. All that and more coming up on today's show. Appreciate you guys for being with us. I need your help, okay? We talked about this, I believe it was on Sunday. I'm going to bring it back up today because that date is getting closer and closer. So my goal was to get 2 times the amount of subs in 1 year, okay? When I started was August 10th. This channel had 17,220 subs. Right now, it's at 33,253 subscribers. So that means from now until August 10th, which is probably about 2 weeks away, week and a half, we need 1,187 subscribers. Okay, help me reach my goal, 2 times the amount of subs in 1 year. I need your guys' help. If you have not yet, join us today for daily coverage on your Baltimore Ravens, all 100% free right here on the Ravens Rundown. So Jeremy Fowler broke the news bright and early this morning. If you missed it, I did my instant reaction at home with my dog Applesauce, but he tweeted Ravens tight end Isaiah Likely suffered a small foot fracture during Tuesday's practice. Sources told Jameson Hensley and me, if all goes well, it's an early season return and week 1 is possible. So at that point, that was something different than we heard from John Harbaugh the day prior, who said it was an ankle injury and that he should be back in a few weeks. Well, it was a foot fracture, but still, week 1, still possible. Ian Rappaport then followed up that announcement with Isaiah Likely will have surgery this week to fix a broken bone in his foot, sources say. The belief is he's out about 6 weeks, though depending on the outcome, it could be fewer. While Likely could be ready for week 1, the best news is that it's not long-term. And then he followed up his own tweet by saying, the opener is nearly 6 weeks from today. If all goes well, Isaiah Likely should be ready or almost ready by that time. Either way, back sooner rather than later. And then, of course, John Harbaugh spoke to the media right after training camp wrapped up today, and he confirmed that Isaiah Likely will undergo surgery. He said their director 6-ish week timeline is accurate. Woo, lots to take in. Foot fracture, all you need to know. Foot fracture, should be back by week 1, going to be about 6 weeks. And honestly, let's just be real. This is great news considering what it could have been. Yesterday, when you were sitting at your office, okay, sitting at your desk, you got the Twitter notification, Isaiah Likely carted off the field. Automatically, every single one of us would have signed up for, yeah, I would love for him to only be out 6 weeks and still be able to be back week 1. Because in my mind, I don't know about you guys, I thought Achilles. I thought possibly something like an ACL. I thought the worst of the worst. I'm sure you were right there with me. And so the fact that he still will most likely to be able to be back by week 1, pending how rehab, pending how all that healing goes, that's great for Baltimore. Much better, in my opinion, than it could have been. What do you think? Do you think that Isaiah Likely will play week 1? You let me know in the comment section down below by giving me a yes if you think he will, and if he won't, go ahead, give me a no. I'm honestly pretty confident that he'll be ready to go week 1, okay? I'm confident in him for multiple reasons. Number 1, he's already getting it fixed with that surgery. Number 2, he's a young guy, and young guys tend to heal a little bit quicker than those who are going into their 30s, mid-30s, and still playing the game of football. He's 25. I truly believe with the right rehab, if he focuses, as he works hard, which I know he will, he's going to be ready to go by that Bills game. And it's going to be really important that he's ready to go week 1 because this team faces an absolute gauntlet in the month of September. They open up on the road against the Bills. Then they have the Browns at home, Lions at home, and then they go on the road against the Chiefs. They play 3 divisional winning opponents in the first 4 weeks of the season. 2 of those games on the road, okay? And I get it. He might still be dealing with it. Let's be real. I don't know if he'll ever be 100% through the entirety of the season, but if he's on the field, this team is better. The good news is, through all of this also, is that Mark Andrews is still a Raven, okay? So even if he does have to miss 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know about you guys, but I'm confident in Mark Andrews' abilities. We saw it last season. That was one of the best seasons in his career. Maybe he didn't have the yards that he once did, but he found the end zone time and time again, and he was so dependent for Lamar Jackson outside of that one play against Buffalo in the playoffs, okay? And be serious. Lamar's still got a lot of weapons outside of Likely. So many. An embarrassment of riches. Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. We talked Mark Andrews, Rashod Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins. There are plenty of other people that can get the ball, okay? There are plenty of other weapons that Todd Monken, Lamar Jackson will be able to use in this offense in that first week, in the first month of the season, while everybody's kind of waiting for Isaiah Likely to get back to 100%. Baltimore will still be able to win games. I can promise you that, okay? They're not winning games because of Isaiah Likely. Does Isaiah Likely help them win games? Yeah, of course. But he's not the reason that it happens, okay? And so even if he is missing some games, I've still got a lot of confidence in this team. Now, I hope that he's not. I don't think he will be. There's great news from everything about today. Glad he's getting the surgery. Hopefully, he'll be back in 6 weeks. How bad do you want it? Okay, if you want him on the field ASAP, don't jinx it like today's video. I'm a very superstitious guy. I need you guys to do me a solid. Hit that thumbs up button to get Isaiah Likely back in the lineup ASAP. One thing you need to do ASAP is head over to chatsports.com/purple hoodie where you can get one of these in your closet for just $27. And I promise you guys, I know you've been loving them because these things have been flying off the rack. We get the analytics every single day here with our friends over at Fanatics. Just $27 for this purple hoodie. Chatsports.com/purple hoodie is where you need to go. Made it super easy. I put that link in the comments and description of today's video. I know it's hot. I know it's July. You don't want to wear a hoodie. The worst month of the year, heat-wise, is coming up in August. It's going to be brutally hot. But guess what? November, December, January, those are all just around the corner. You can head to M&T Bank Stadium wearing the coolest hoodie around for just $27. Take advantage of that deal now because it's not going to be there for long. So the major news today from camp is Zay Flowers was not at practice. And originally, everybody's thinking, oh no, what's going on with him? A possible injury from yet another really good offensive weapon for the Baltimore Ravens is for Lamar Jackson. Jonas Schaefer was the one that sent everybody into a frenzy, saying, don't see Zay Flowers at today's padded practice. He was favoring something in his knee/leg at the end of yesterday's practice. And if you remember, the knee injury is what kept him out of the playoffs last year against Pittsburgh and against Buffalo because he suffered it in Week 18 against Cleveland, which he watched, talking about practice, as a spectator. He walked slowly over to the Ravens' last drill. Now, I wouldn't be terribly concerned about this because it didn't seem like it was that big of a deal yesterday because he got to finish all of practice. And the good thing is I had this sentiment of not being too terribly concerned, although it is a little bit alarming. But John Harbaugh kind of put everybody at ease when he spoke after practice and said Zay Flowers has a camp-type injury and that he should return in a few days. Now, do I wish he didn't have this camp-type injury? Sure, 100%. Do I wish that he was 100% healthy? Yeah, of course. There's a little part of me, it's like, gosh, it feels like we can't catch a break. But also, it's football. It's training camp. It's physical. These things happen. Nobody is 100% in the football season. I wish he went into the football season being 100%. Hopefully they're not going to try to rush him back and make this look any worse and feel any worse than it already is because he is important to Lamar Jackson and he's important to this team. He has his best season yet in 2024. Over 1,000 yards. Only found the end zone 4 times. Funny enough, I expect that number to go up a ton this year because, honestly, I'm expecting a big Zay breakout. He looks faster than ever. He looks bigger than ever. He's going into year 3 with the same offensive coordinator and the same quarterback. This is the year for him to flash onto the scene, okay? This is the year for him to show everybody he can be a wide receiver 1 and a top wide receiver in this league. I hope he gets 100% though, because what he does so well is make people miss. It's a little bit harder to do when you're favoring one knee over the other, but his avoided tackle per reception last year was .285, second best. His avoided tackle per route was third best in the National Football League. And what I'm excited for about Zay is something we've seen during training camp. He's playing a little bit more in the slot position, a little bit more on the inside. They added DeAndre Hopkins. They throw him out there as the X receiver. Rashod Bateman's the Z. Or excuse me, the Y. Guess who's the Z? Let me give you a hint. His name starts with Z. I think he's better in the slot too. Okay? His size, to me, fits a little bit better in the slot. His yards per route run is a little bit higher in the slot, 2.10 compared to 1.85 on the outside. He's going to be able to be anywhere on the football field, okay? But like when you have a room, like your wide receiver room, that has as much talent on it, with Rashod Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, and Zay Flowers, that also has guys like LeJounte West, who had a great practice today, Devontae Walker, who had a great practice today and yesterday. Like, there's a ton of talent in this room. You're going to be able to put him anywhere. And frankly, I hope they never have to this season, but the offense can still operate without Zay. It's not at its best. Nowhere even close without Zay Flowers there. But it's still operable. Operatable? It can still be operated. We're going to go with that. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Before we get out of here, I want to hear from you, though. How concerned are you with Zay Flowers' injury? Scale it for me 1 to 100. If you scale it 100, you're at like max level concern. If you scale it 1, you're saying, not that worried about it one bit. I'm probably sitting somewhere on like a 41, 42. Nothing crazy. I'm like a little bit worried, but not that freaked out one bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us for the entirety of this episode. We're about to get out of here, but appreciate you guys for always being with me. Make sure you got me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm on social media. More than anything, though, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Daily videos, 100% free, right here on the Ravens Rundown. And if you subscribe, that's perfect. We'll see you next time.